The other day when I woke up, I was feeling so sad and depressed, and my reason for feeling that way is because I had a dream that 2K actually released some news from Mygm and Myleague for next gen NBA 2K21. You guys already know I've been waiting for that news for the longest while, bro. It's been weeks on weeks on weeks. They've been dropping news for my career, my team, gameplay news, but no news from my favorite game mode, a game mode that I love and cherish so much, Mygm and Myleague. So much so that I even posted on my channel asking you guys, what do you think is going to happen to the game mode for next gen? And out of all the options you guys chose, we still have a week left. 2K will drop some news on it, but I was skeptical, bro. I'm like, bro, it's less than a week away from the release of 2K21 for next gen. Where is the news, bro? Where is the news? But they finally came through. Ladies and gentlemen, Mygm and Myleague is no more. I introduced to you guys, well, not me, 2K introduced to us today my NBA. Like, I was out all morning and then I got the notification. It says the wait is over. My NBA is our new next gen franchise mode for NBA 2K21. You guys can't see it here because my camera is really bad, but doesn't matter. My NBA, and I haven't read the blog as yet. The only thing I saw is the tweet from 2K stating that my NBA is our new next gen franchise mode. So let's hop into it. Let's see what new features we got, bro. So here's the tweet that brought me so much happiness. Learn all about my NBA. And the only thing that I saw so far is the screenshot. You see it says association. It's looking like association mode, but hey, I'll have to read through the blog to figure out exactly what it is. So looking at the screenshot first, let's look at that. First, we got my NBA setup options. Okay, they're looking pretty lit. Advanced CBA rules, role-playing elements, automate off-season time periods, play with friends, so it looks like you'll be able to take it online, kind of like Myleague Online. Budget and finances start from, I'm guessing you could start from like the off-season or during the NBA season. G League with playable games. They brought back the G League, bro. It is about time. Ranked. Yeah, we're gonna avoid that one. Maybe. I'll have to see. But my NBA setup option. So this is a screen before you actually get into the My NBA. But anyways, let's click the link and actually read through the blog and see what My NBA has to offer. They actually dropped a blog for us, bro. Yo, I am so hyped. Y'all don't understand how happy I am right now. But of course, quick plug, if you guys didn't subscribe to my channel, you guys already know we dropping the best Mygm and Myleague content out here. Well, I can't even say Mygm and Myleague content anymore. My NBA content. Yo, as soon as 2K comes out, it's gonna be lit. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, let's get into the blog. So of course, they gotta hit us with the intro. They're going down the timeline. But wrapping up this intro, he said, all this brings us to the next gen version of NBA 2K21 as we begin our journey with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S. Early on, you guys know I can't read, so just bear with me. Early on, when discussions started about what we wanted to do with franchise on the new consoles, there was some initial talk about rethinking and rebuilding, kind of like what we did with Mygm way back on NBA 2K14. Of course, Mygm on 2K14 was actually pretty good. That's when they first brung it on the current gen consoles, which at that point was next gen, because we didn't get the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One at the time. But we decided this might be a disservice to our franchise fans as we begin a new generation by taking away anything that we've worked on over the years. Thank you, 2K, for not taking away Mygm and Myleague. Instead, we decided that we would take everything that we've learned and built with Mygm, Myleague, and Myleague Online and put it all together in all new and all-encompassing My NBA game mode. So here we are, My NBA. Basically, it's your NBA franchise. It's your franchise mode, however you want to set it up. This mode has every single feature that you know and love from the previous modes, all rolled up into one, where you have full control over which ones you want to turn on and off. That sounds pretty lit. First, the My NBA setup options, which is this screenshot that we had looked at earlier in terms of like all the options you have in terms of setting up your My NBA. And judging from this screenshot, you have a lot of different options and a lot of different things to choose from. I really love how they combined Mygm and Myleague together. in terms of all the features and setup options that you have for those 2 game modes. Just putting it into one to make one big mode is actually a huge W, bro. It really is. But starting with the My NBA setup options, the first box you'll be able to see when you start a new My NBA save will be the My NBA setup options. These options include the fantasy draft, customized league rules, custom roster, customized league, salary cap, simple settings, and advanced settings. Fantasy draft is straightforward, of course. Customized league rules is pretty much straightforward. I never really had an issue with that, especially going back to Myleague and Mygm. Custom roster. Okay, custom roster. Custom roster is custom rosters. Let's see what else. Customized league is where you could realign teams. Then the last 3 options, customized salary cap, customized simple settings, and advanced settings. So the options to set up your My NBA is pretty good, but it's most of these features or setup options are ones that we had in the past from Mygm and Myleague just wrapped up into one, which is pretty dope. I can't lie. But for customize the league, they said that instead of having like 30 to 36 NBA teams, you could now have 12. Okay. Next up, we have advanced CBA rules, which is basically the rules when it comes to signing players, completing trades, or just dealing with team management. Basically the same thing that we had in current gen. Not much changes here that I see. Next up, we got role-playing elements. So the next setup group could have also been called Mygm options, but we prefer, or we opted to refer to it as role-playing elements. So this is basically where you could choose to turn on and off the following: conversation, scoring, skills, tasks, morale, and chemistry. Okay, that's pretty good. Where's the player roles at? I hope we get to that later on. I hope that's in the game, I should say. But things like these, in terms of the options, we pretty much had going back for current gen. I'm looking through it. I don't think there's any of these features that we didn't have as yet. But no, skills and tasks, we wasn't able to turn that off. Thankfully, we'll be able to do that for this My NBA, because when it comes to skills and getting tasks from from anyone in the organization, not only your team governor but players on your team, that was really annoying for Mygm. And one thing that I really wanted, and one thing that I put in one of my wish list videos as well, is that they should have a different task system. So if they didn't change the task system, having an option to turn it on and off is pretty good. I mean, it says it right here. For instance, if you didn't like all the reading you had to do in the conversations, but you did like getting tasks from the governor, staff, and players, and like being able to upgrade your GM's tree, then in NBA 2K21's My NBA, you could just turn off conversations and turn on skills and tasks to get that experience. It's all up to however you want to play. That's a good feature. I really like that one. Next up, we got budget and finances, and in all honesty, we had this in Mygm. You guys already know my channel is mainly based, or was mainly based, on Mygm, because I really loved Mygm more than Myleague. In my opinion, that game had a lot of potential, but for this specific feature, budget and finances, it's basically one that was strictly for Mygm, as it says here in the article, but you will still have the option now to toggle it on and off. But you'll still be able to set a team's prices for tickets and concessions, or a team's budget, whether you're playing the game or not. Or, well, not playing the game or not, but whether or not you're playing the game with any GM features on. Next up, we got Play with Friends, which is basically straightforward. My NBA Online is like Myleague Online, so I don't really have to go in detail about this one. Automate off-season time periods. The next box is for automate off-season time periods. This is just a really way to turn off the off-season and to just have it simulated for users that want to keep playing regular seasons and playoffs without having to deal with the off-season. So that's pretty cool. Now you could actually turn on and off the off-season and get back to the regular season much quicker. But when it comes to Mygm or My NBA now, the off-season is the most fun part. That's when you sign players, you know, you really build your roster up in the off season. So that's not a feature that I'll be taking off. Next up, we got start from, which is pretty straightforward. You can start from the beginning of the regular season or the previous off season. It works pretty much like how it's been in the past. Next up, oh my goodness, they finally brung it back, bro. I have been screaming for them in all my wishlist videos for them to bring this back. I'm so hyped up. G League with playable games. Let's see what they got to say. So you see it right here. We're finally able to bring back playable G League games. If you want to include the G League in your mode, we can leave, or not we, you can leave this option turned on. Otherwise, if you don't care to play G League games, you could turn it off. So now we have the option to turn on G League games or turn it off. We could play them or not. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm probably gonna be playing some G League games in all honesty, because I like to see my players develop, especially when playing a Mygm or Myleague in the past, when you did have the option to actually do that. Actually, I think the last time we actually had the option to do that was association mode. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we couldn't do that in current gen. But anyways, in terms of the G League games, I find that pretty lit. I love seeing that player development, and adding the G League back is exactly what I've been asking for all these years. Next up is ranked. Oh my goodness, which got us some critical feedback in the early going. Of course it did, because a ranked Mygm last year for NBA 2K20 is beastly, and NBA 2K21 for current gen, a ranked Mygm, which is what I'm playing right now, doing a Knicks ranked Mygm mode. It's really hard. Like, they don't let you do nothing. You can't change quarter length. Bro, it's really restrictive. And like it says in the article, while it's still limited, we have expanded on the things that can be customized compared to last year. Thank you. So you can tailor it to your liking more than you can before. For instance, we decided to take actions out of the mandatory part of the ranked experience. Thank you. Based on the strong response from some users, no more action points. No more action points. I know a lot of you guys been saying y'all hate that action point system. I wasn't really a big fan of it, but I found a way to maneuver around it and make it work. But action points no longer in Mygm and Myleague or my NBA. I gotta get used to saying that now, bro. My NBA. But that's pretty dope. Next up, what are the new features? One of the challenges of going down this path of merging Mygm, Myleague, and Myleague Online into a single fully customizable MyNBA is that it took a tremendous amount of work to get all of the Mygm features working with more than one team, and getting things like tasks to work without compensations, and getting all of it to work online. There are some brand new features coming to NBA 2K21 playable G League games. We already went through that. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now you're going to be able to play those G League games. You can play a full schedule of G League games in my NBA. That's pretty good. Revamped boom/bust system. Oh my goodness. I gotta see what they say about this one, because for NBA 2K21, they said that they have that system in place for current gen, and in my opinion, it's still really not that good. So they said we introduced a simple boom bust system to the game last year that added a little randomness to the potential of the prospects, but have given it a major facelift this year and completely revamped it. Okay, I gotta see that one. Younger players in the league will now have a more dynamic growth path using the boom/bust system. Players can have low and high potential floors, low and high potential ceilings, and probability to boom, bust, or hit somewhere in between. Okay, I get what they're saying in terms of that. And then there's a screenshot here of my son De'Aaron Fox peak start age, I should say. Peak age. And okay, so in addition, until age 23, we will continue to determine the player's potential based on multiple factors to make it so that every player will still be exciting during the developmental years. Okay, that makes sense. I gotta see how this works out for next gen, because that system, in all honesty, hasn't really been the best, especially going back to current gen for NBA 2K21. The younger players, I don't know, especially the created custom players as well. I don't know, bro. I really don't know. I gotta see it for myself for this one. Next up, new staff. We've added an additional assistant coach that you could hire and fire that has an impact on how your players perform. Okay, and will also be seen on the bench if you're one of those franchise players that actually goes in and plays games. Of course, I'm one of those players that definitely do that. I always play the games. You guys know that. I always provide the most interesting and lit games playing Mygm and Myleague. So having a new assistant coach, well, not having a new one, having two assistant coaches is actually pretty good. Next up, we got the 2K share setups and 2K share scenarios. If you guys don't know, NBA 2K21 on the current gen for Myleague had a hidden feature where you could basically share your Myleague save. So now they're bringing this back for MyNBA, and you're going to be able to do that as well. So that's extremely lit. So when I recreate my Las Vegas Royales, bro, I am going to upload that save. You guys are going to be able to play with them. And literally, the season that I will be doing, I will upload that save for you guys as well, so you guys could go through the season with me, develop players how you want to, play with my Las Vegas Royales, or play with any other shared save that I decide to upload, or any other team that I decide to do. That shared save option was extremely clutch when 2K21 first came out in the current gen, because as you guys know, there was a lot of issues when it comes to downloading custom draft class and stuff of that nature. So having the ability to actually hop into a save was pretty essential for NBA 2K21 in the current gen, so them bringing it back is actually pretty fire. Next up, we got tattoos. They said, alright, this isn't exactly a new feature. We had to remove it from the game during the last generation of consoles for the greater good of the game. I don't know what that means, but anyways, with that being said, I'm very pleased to announce the following. We are finally getting back tattoos on generated players and prospects in NBA 2K21, and they got a screenshot right here with them. Oh, you got... That's fire. That is definitely fire right there. The tattoo system is a lot more advanced than the one from many moons ago, and it has a base in the My Player tattoo system. So with that, we can probably say generated player tattoos are now officially back and better than ever. This screenshot is pretty fire. Next up, we got the new slide navigation. Okay, this is not a new franchise feature. Basically, the last time I could remember this was in... What game was it? NBA 2K20? Not 20, 2K13 I think it was. Was it 2K13? Correct me in the comment section, because sometimes listen, time is going by fast. But anyways, the last time I could remember this is association mode. That's what I'm going with. And this, look at this menu, bro. You have the new slide navigation. Back when I used to play association mode on NBA, was it PlayStation 3? PlayStation 3 for association mode. This was fire, bro. I really like this slide out navigation system. You see the roster right here, the trades. This was a lot easier than actually going through the calendar, in my opinion, because everything you need is right here. Anyways, this slide out navigation system is extremely fire. Look at this menu, bro. This menu right here is pure flames. You see the Myleague, I keep saying Myleague, the My NBA calendar here in the background. What is this blurred out? I don't know what that says. Points. They blurred it out, so I don't know what that's saying right there. But you got that new slide out navigation, the front office, and then you could go from here to actually, you know, propose a trade, trade finder. You got the general manager stuff, team relocation, expansion, etc. And then on the actual calendar itself, you got the calendar, which is obviously your calendar for your team for the year. Trading block, social media, team status overview, which is basically the same thing that we had for Mygm and Myleague. But this new navigation system, or not really new, but bringing this navigation system back is pretty fire. So now we are getting down to the nitty gritty, the last part of the article or the blog. What's new for former Mygm players? I gotta read this because you guys already know Mygm was my thing. I don't care what nobody say. Mygm was better than Myleague. Don't at me, bro. Do not at me. Because of how we melded the old modes together, I wanted you to see what you're getting as new features based on what mode you played the most in the past. For instance, if you consider yourself a Mygm player, which was me, you'll now have more customizable options than we have ever given you previously. Thank God. For starters, you are no longer limited to being the general manager of a single team. You can now choose to GM every single NBA team if that's what your heart desires. Okay, so now I could do multiple GM rebuilds. Imagine rebuilding 2 teams at the same time. Listen, nobody steal my idea, please. I'm probably gonna do that. Rebuilding 2 teams at the same time. I should never said that. What's more, for the teams you control, it's completely up to you what features are on and off on a per team level, such as actions, conversations, facilities, prices, budgets, trust, morale, scores, skills, tasks. Okay, that's pretty good. As I touched on earlier, we've relaxed a lot of the customizable restrictions on ranked play, so now you could participate, doesn't really matter, in the online leaderboards while still being able to use custom rosters and start the league with a fantasy draft and a few other things. That's pretty lit. That is pretty lit. I'm looking forward to being able to fully customize my league or my NBA. So basically, they're just saying that the new features for people that played Myleague is that you got the Mygm features, and for the people that played Mygm, you got the Myleague features, and it's all been blended into one big game mode, My NBA. Same thing for Myleague players, Myleague online players. So he had his closing thoughts here. But in all honesty, I really don't care. I'm gonna go over with you guys my closing thoughts. So after going through that article, to say that I'm excited is an understatement. I cannot wait to play my NBA. It's gonna be extremely fire, bro. I cannot wait, bro. I'm doing a 2-team rebuild. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm doing a team in the East, a team in the West, and we gonna ball out like that. It's good, yo. It's gonna be so fire. I'm bringing back the Las Vegas Royales. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this mode, bro. I definitely am. And I know you guys are gonna be here to support the content. Thank you so much for supporting me and supporting the content. Leave a comment for me in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think about this game mode, because in my opinion, I feel like it's really gonna be great, bro. A combination of Myleague and Mygm, putting it all together, I feel like it's gonna be fire. It really is. Although they're still missing a few things like player roles. They didn't mention player roles. That was one thing that I really wanted, but I don't think that player roles might be an issue. I don't know. I gotta play the mode myself to see. But anyways, leave those comments for me in the comment section below. Tell me what you guys think. Of course, click one of the playlists on the screen. Check out some of my other content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Leave those comments for me. This is the Prince of YouTube signing out. I can't wait, baby. My NBA? Let's go.